YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy River Levi.
It's your boy Funcho 5000.
Back at it again, man. Another successful felon video, man. Remember, we ain't your financial advisors.
No.
We ain't your lawyers.
No.
We ain't your accountants.
No.
We ain't your mailman, milk boy. What else we ain't?
Listen, man. The advice that we're about to give you, please seek professional guidance, because we don't know what the laws are in the state that you're in, the city that you're in, or anything like that.
Yes, sir.
If you're inquiring about anything that we're talking about, seek professional advice.
Yes, sir.
Research, due diligence.
Due diligence, research, educate yourself, man. Educate yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? We just here to show you that anybody can do this, man. We finna break down some stuff to y'all in this video. If most y'all just like me, you probably wondering and like trying to understand what is a nonprofit organization, and if it's nonprofit, well, I'm getting profits for, and then why should somebody like me, you, him even think about getting into nonprofits, man? But I want to remind y'all before we start this, man, don't put no limits on yourself, man. That's the only limit you have is the one you put on yourself. And my homeboy right here, my main man, my brother, gonna bust down nonprofits for all of us, because I don't even understand it like that.
All right, let me go ahead and get into it. In the state of Florida, we are in Florida. We don't know about any other laws, any other, what they got going on. To start your nonprofit, you have to have 3 board of directors, right? As long as you got 3 people name on it, go ahead and get your nonprofit incorporated. It takes a certain amount of time to become a 501c3. This is what you need to be asking professional advice about.
Quick question. What's a 501c3?
Great question. 501c3 means that your nonprofit is finally tax exempt. What that means is that if you go to Walmart. Walmart has specific grants that they give away. You can go to their website, file for grants. Our nonprofit is the Rose Foundation. Reward our students' education.
Rose.
We can follow up on Walmart website, fill out, and they can give us monetary incentives for the grant, or they can give us book bags and crayons, and because our nonprofit is educational and charitable. We fall in 2 categories.
So, okay, for a nonprofit, what I got from that is you got to try to make a difference in the right way. Charitable, educational.
Yeah, kind of, because not all nonprofits become tax exempt.
Okay.
So just because you have a nonprofit doesn't mean, because there's 501c4s and all different types of stuff, we're not talking about none of that. I'm just going to talk about what I know our nonprofit is capable of doing.
Tenfold.
So I sat down with legal help. I've read them NOLO books. NOLO is before all that dummies, nonprofits for dummies. NOLO was the ones that broke down the laws, broke down what you can do, can't do, and all this other stuff, man. If you want to find out some real good information, NOLO is professional people writing this information in these books. So when it does become tax exempt, when people do donate to your nonprofit, it's a tax break for them, right? It's a tax break for them. The reason that they do this is because if you get in a higher certain tax bracket, you might owe $100,000 more on taxes just because you're $5,000 over a tax bracket, right? So they will donate $5,000 to the nonprofit just to fall in the lower tax bracket to not have to pay them $100,000s in
Like
tax.
what I'm hearing, so you pretty much telling me these like legal scamming.
Man, there's loopholes in this for real, man.
Let's get real loopy.
A lot of rich, successful people have their own nonprofits because instead of falling in these higher tax brackets and the taxes going to the government, having to pay the government, they will actually donate certain amounts of money, large sums of money every single year to nonprofits. So now they don't have to pay the government in them taxes, and 2, they can use that money that they donated to their nonprofits for good causes in society. They know where their tax money is going instead of not knowing where the money's going that you're giving to the government. I'm not saying they do funny stuff with your money. They just feel more comfortable in knowing where they want their money to go for their specific causes, because everybody has their own specific passions in life, right? Some might want to feed, some might want to help out kids with cancer. That's amazing. Some might want to help homeless people, whatever you're passionate about, you feel me? We're more into helping kids that have broken families and need help in life, and you know what I'm saying, at a young age they don't really got no great mentorship, so we're trying to step in to help them to build habits at a young age to become successful.
Okay, so boom. This non-profit stuff is getting kind of interesting to myself, you know what I'm saying? I read a couple articles, books, watched some things to try to learn about it. And this might be more like a 3 to 4 part series on how to start nonprofits.
Yeah.
All the correct filings.
I'm gonna tell you myself though, I just Googled who can incorporate a nonprofit organization in Jacksonville, Florida.
Who can do it?
And it was like 10 law firms that popped up.
Okay.
I went to the closest one. Hey man, they said nonprofits, it was like $1,500. I paid it that day. Let's get it started, right? Let's get it going, you know what I'm saying? He said it could take up to 6 months to 2 years to become a nonprofit. Usually he can do it within 6 months, right? Hey man, I'm chain gang die. I don't know nothing what I'm doing. I'm getting out of prison. I was out of prison a couple months, working 2 jobs, saved up some money, investing this as my first business. I don't know anything about anything except for what I learned reading and stuff, right? I didn't do too much research at the time. I just knew what I was passionate about and wanted to get involved in the community. So
you took a risk.
Not only did I take a risk, I was supposed to get a paper stamp, right? I had to get a notary. So I didn't do it. I had to get it notarized, right? I didn't do it. So he came back like 8 months later and was like, hey, come to the office, go get this paper notarized, right? Tax season came. I didn't pay my taxes. I was upset because the 501c3 didn't come back yet, but I done started a transportation company. I done started getting into promoting and so many other investments that I lost time to deal with the nonprofit. We're about to activate the nonprofit, get it crunked back up, you know what I'm saying? And I got the paper notarized, so everything's good on that end.
So boom. So this is the biggest question on everybody's mind, especially mine. So we're gonna do this nonprofit together, you feel me? Yeah. What I need to know is, how is a nonprofit profitable to us?
This is another great
Don't
question.
get me wrong, I'm all for making a change. I'm all for trying to help the kids out, help out dudes in the streets, especially people in prison right now. I'm all for that. You know that's me. I do it for free. But I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Wow.
So go ahead and Google CEO of a nonprofit salary, just to see what the average salary is for the CEO of a nonprofit. So when it comes down to being a nonprofit, the position of a board of director cannot get paid. The board of director has the last say-so of any company.
This is Jacksonville, Florida itself.
In Jacksonville, Florida, it says what? 89 to 260,000
yearly salary.
$89,000 to $260,000 is the average in Jacksonville for the CEO of a nonprofit. And I'm gonna break this down to you, right? The position of the board of directors cannot get paid. It's 3 board of directors. When I file the taxes, I'm switching him over to one of the board of directors. So it's gonna be me, him, and my lady, right? As board of directors, we're not getting paid at all. But we could pay ourselves CEO, president, vice president, any other people that we need. We're gonna need grant writers. We're gonna need people to help us set up the events, build stages, because we wanna throw events for kids. This is how we're fundraising, right? Get the money, get kids vehicles when they're in high school, get them MacBook Pros, get them actual cell phones that, you know, they'll be able to use. I'm talking about like great stuff that kids need in their life to be able to get the knowledge at a faster pace, right? Stuff, man, kids don't want no cheap $40 phone, man. They want the newest iPhone. Let's get them that if that's what they want.
Alright, so my wheels turning, you know what I'm saying? I think it's starting to click to me a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to give out no false information, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
So, as far as the Rose, you know what I'm saying, foundation, what we got going on, for us to get paid is really by like donations.
Grants too, though.
Grants. It's coming together. Keep going. It's coming together.
501c3. Now you can start reaching out to these Fortune 500 companies that I was talking about, like Walmart, FedEx does them. This numerous majority of Fortune 500 companies have some type of grant program where they give away money, because I'm telling you, they don't want to reach certain tax brackets where they owe millions of dollars in taxes.
So that's their incentives. That's their incentive to give grants and to give out their donations, so they can get tax breaks.
They get tax breaks, they get more marketing, because if we throw an event and Walmart donates $50,000 to our event, you think we're not going to put Walmart donated to this event, and we got 3,000 kids out here?
And Walmart put 50 grand to the event, so pretty much we get paid out of that money for donating our time to putting this stuff together.
Yeah. You figured it out, man.
Make it.
We pay ourselves as the CEO, president, this, that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we'll probably pay ourselves, but we don't need the money. Not in the situation that we've been putting ourselves in financially.
Yes, sir.
So the events that we plan on throwing are gonna be so extravagant.
Yes, sir.
The type of stuff, we're trying to get high school kids cars. So majority of the money that we're gonna make is definitely going to these kids.
Definitely.
Which is another thing. Whatever these kids want, you can go to these Fortune 500 companies. I'm talking about, you could go to Chevy, the car dealership,
Yes,
Ford. You could go to car dealerships, because we want to get cars for kids in high school. If you got more than a 3.0 GPA and you get a full scholarship and you ain't got no car, we're trying to get you that car. We don't want you working 2-3 jobs while you're in college. You need time to sit down and study. Why? Because we want them to have the time to focus on their imagination. We don't want them to lose that youth, right? And work 1,000 hours for someone else, making them rich, when they could be making their own business and leaving their own legacy behind to their kids when they finally settle down and have a family. This is what we're trying to do, man.
Rose.
This is everything we're trying to establish. Think about it. We spent 10 years of our lives incarcerated. I did almost 11, he did 10, to the door. To the door, you feel me? Day for day. 10 years, day for day, right?
Sir.
So it happened because at a young age we created bad habits. So now what happens is, now that we have these bad habits, it's not nothing to jump into some type of bad decision, because it's a natural instinct to us now. We don't sit here and think about the consequences, because it's normal for us to go do wrong. We're trying to get kids to stray away from that.
Talk to them.
We want kids to think the better that they put themselves in a situation, the higher incentives can get in.
Talk to them.
The more that they sit here and study, the more work that they put in. Life is all about what you deserve, not what you want in life.
Talk to them, bro.
Think about it. If it was easy to become successful, everybody and their mama would be successful right now, right? So let's instill these habits at a young age.
Do it.
Because I'm looking at YouTubers that are 10 years old and 14 years old that are making $30,000 a month. Why can these kids not figure out how to get on this and learn coding? And let's get them some stuff that's going to increase their education, because not everybody's good at language arts. Not everybody's good at mathematics. Not everybody's good at trigonometry. I don't know why they teach that in high school, but
I got some trigonometry. Alright. Trigonometry.
Not that trigonometry, right?
Alright.
But just seriously, man, nonprofits are the way to go, because one, you can give back to the community, man.
That's number one.
2, you're bettering the world by helping people. Whether your nonprofit is for feeding the homeless, your nonprofit is for helping veterans that done served and they done lost their mental health.
And they your passion, you know what you care about, you know what I'm saying?
You're bettering the world, and 2, you can actually pay yourself from this. You know what I'm saying?
That's important too. You paying yourself for something you love to do.
And I would love to know personally that the money that I do donate to a nonprofit, the money that I do donate to my own causes is going to something that I'm passionate about, you know what I'm saying? A great investment for me.
We come back to you with a next video on how to start a nonprofit. Because now I know how it's profitable. I like the concept of it for sure because you got to try to make a change. But stay tuned, man. Next episode we're going to drop for y'all on nonprofits is how to start one.
Rewind. I forgot to tell you.
Tell them.
You don't need it to be a 501 to start fundraising. There are 1,000,001 ways to fundraise, to get money for a nonprofit organization. One thing that presidents do in election campaigns and stuff like that, they throw dinners.
Yes, sir.
They'll rent a building, they'll throw dinners. A plate will be $2,000 for a plate. Some people will buy a plate and not even show up because they're invested in the cause. They don't even care about the dinner, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they'll have 200 plates for sale. 20 of them people might not even show up. It's so many different ways to fundraise for a nonprofit. We're gonna drop so many videos on that, right?
We're gonna have to. Yeah. This
but
is gonna be a big topic for y'all.
It's gonna be a whole lot easier to fundraise and get money when it is a 501c3 because more people are willing to donate knowing that they're gonna get that tax deduction at the end of the year, that tax break, right? Also, I'm gonna give you one of the biggest jewels that so many people can utilize, right? The lawyer that I got to file my nonprofit broke it down so raw because he does this once a year and in one night makes over $200,000 in one night fundraising.
Oh, you finna give me this?
I'm about to drop a jewel, man.
I thought the game was meant to be sold, not told.
Nah, I don't even gonna sell this one. This one.
Oh
man, we gotta get it done. You feel me?
We ain't holding nothing back from y'all. Cause I need this for my damn self.
Listen what this man do. You can get a permit from the state to fundraise with alcohol with a nonprofit organization. You do not need a liquor license. I can go to the city hall and get a permit for a day and sell alcohol as long as the money is going to the nonprofit. So any event that I want to throw can have alcohol out without me going to spend $250,000 for a liquor license. This man, every year for Oktoberfest, for his law firm, sets up in this, it's a marathon that runs around Jacksonville. They set up a booth at the end of the marathon for everybody to come get beers and stuff. And the beers are like $1, $2 for a beer. In one night, he makes over $200,000.
So this man, I can't say him, but whoever, they figured out how to use a liquor license without having a liquor license.
The raw thing about it is we're gonna give y'all the game. The booking agent that we use to book our entertainers and stuff like that, he does the same exact thing.
Hold up, I thought you giving too much on this video right here, man. Hey, man. Catch your logo, convert the felon to entrepreneur, successful felons.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Stay tuned.
Hold on, that's how you cut this off, bro. Hold up. Before you go, subscribe, like, and share. Leave comments, support the channel. Let's go.
Hey man, this Fortune 5000.
It's your boy River Levi, man.
This on a serious note. So if you do know anybody that is incarcerated, locked up right now doing time, is lonely in there, man.
Super.
Get on that JPay. It's free to make a JPay account. I think stamps are what?
8 cents.
Yeah,
maybe.
like 38 cents to write them a letter on JPay. They got the tablet, so you can write them a little email. They can write you back. Just drop a kite and let them know you thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? If you could afford it.
Yeah, that one little message, that one little word of encouragement, man, it really go a long way, man. For real, for real.
It really do, man. Like, it's so many mental health issues, being incarcerated because you got to go through so much. You know what I'm saying? Even though we try to make our stories humorous, we just want these stories to be educational. But really, they're going through a lot mentally. Man, if you can afford it, send them some money so they can get some canteen, because the food is trash. The food is garbage, you know what I'm saying? Or put some minutes on the phone and let them know they can call you, feel me?
Magazines,
books,
newspaper, like you said, books.
Anything to help them pass that
pictures,
time by.
Man.
Anything.
Anything, that's really going to help.
Especially them pictures, because them pictures are memories that last forever.
That take you out,
for real.
I want to shout out to both our moms for all the support they gave us while we was locked up. That made them take us a lot more easier. And man, like you said, man, do the same, man. It also helped them with educational stuff as well, man, not just all entertainment. Send us an educational book, like a book I recommend for anybody in Islam to read. It's called A Code of an Extraordinary Mind by Vashawn Lakiyani, man. Great book. Get that to him, man.
And Entrepreneur Magazine, Inc. magazines,
yes.
Let them boys start learning about businesses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Convicted felons already take risks, they risk their lives. So to be an entrepreneur, invest your money financially, taking the risk won't be nothing to them. Give them some hope and some dreams, right?
Curve Magazine, Maxim Magazine, Black Man,
Let them see them females.
Show Magazine,
Straight up.
all that, man. That probably deterred them from other activities they shouldn't be involved in.
You know what I'm saying? It's still a lot of drugs in there. It's still a lot of gambling. There's a lot of stuff that, people could get involved in and catch more time while they're in there. So everything you're doing to support them while they're still in there, anything, will definitely help them out.
Love is love.